There once was a seeker who stood at the edge of a vast forest, not of trees, but of thoughts and feelings. Within him echoed a quiet truth, one he had often avoided. To know what I think and what I feel is a deep, uncertain path. One must walk through shadows long forgotten or purposefully buried. Yet perhaps, standing firm in this search and refusing to turn away is the greatest challenge of all. And then the voice emerged, not from above, but from within. Search and denial, the voice said, are two keys that shape your evolution. Humanity itself has been carved by these forces, a species born of exploration, first outwardly through lands and stars, and now inwardly through memory and soul. The seeker paused. But is not all life searching? Indeed, replied the voice. All life moves when it loses balance. That loss sparks a desire, a movement toward wholeness. Even the smallest particles seek stability, exchanging energy to find union. Light feeds leaves, leaves feed life. Life becomes the dance of seeking light and balance. The forest of life grew dense with purpose. This is why algae stretch toward the sun, the voice continued. Why plants color themselves to attract, and why insects camouflage to survive. All existence evolved through this sacred chase. To survive meant to hide, to hunt meant to pursue. The seeker saw the dance of prey and predator, of seeker and shadow. He saw his ancestors tracking animals through the woods, reading the language of wind and leaves, dreaming of warmth, of food, of home. They became seekers, nomads of hope, dreamers of paradise. Paradise, the seeker whispered. Yes, the voice said, a word that once meant the walled garden, an oasis in the desert. But it grew into something greater, the eternal oasis, the heavenly goal, the idea that there is somewhere we will finally rest, in peace and light. And so, the seeker wandered through forests of philosophy, rivers of religion, caves of science. He searched with his body, his heart, his mind. He searched for answers, for truths, for light. But one day he stopped and asked, where am I going? Silence. He tried again. Why am I searching? The voice answered softly this time. Because you think there is a place to arrive. But when you realize there is no final destination, only the forest, only the journey, then your search becomes an act of will, not of need. And then you begin to see. The seeker stood still. In that stillness, the trees seemed to part. He realized that much of his life's search was shaped by necessity, by family, culture, hunger, longing. But necessity blinds, the voice whispered. It tells you to find something to satisfy you. Will invites you to explore without needing, to walk the forest without demanding fruit, to touch the bark without needing firewood. The seeker closed his eyes. Memories stirred. Illusions he once believed, fairy tales and holy myths, political promises and personal dreams. Many had turned bitter in truth, but still he had clung to the comfort of their sweetness. Denial, said the voice, is the fruit of unmet expectations. When the truth does not please you, you push it away. But illusion that begins in childhood, if sustained through life, becomes a chain, invisible yet heavy. Illusion is not the problem, lies are. And now the seeker saw it. We are taught to lie to protect others. We are taught to lie to protect ourselves. And so we create an entire world built on gentle deception, but one that leaves us lost when the veil is lifted. Denial is not merely rejection, the voice said. It is fear in disguise. It is the tree that blocks you from seeing the forest. It is what keeps you from yourself. The seeker asked, how do I see the forest again? The voice replied, Recognize that it has no end, that there is no place to arrive, only yourself to remember. Then ask, what have I denied? What truths have I refused to see? Not for others, but for you. The journey is yours alone. And so the seeker sat beneath a tree and began a list. What am I searching for? What do I still deny? What lies do I know I carry? Am I seeking from will or from need? He knew it would take time, that some answers would come through whispers, others through friends, mirrors of his own blindness. And when he heard himself say, "I'm not like that," he would smile, for now he knew that was the signpost, the threshold, the guardian of deeper truth. And from that moment on he vowed, "I accept what I have denied. I will search not to arrive, but to understand. I will walk this forest not to conquer it, but to meet myself in every leaf." The voice, now one with him, simply replied, "Then you are no longer lost. You are beginning to remember."